Hey guys, welcome back to the Chesnoid FC save here on FIFA 22. History beckons for Amine Gouiri. He's currently on course to maybe beat the league record of 32 goals in a competitive season. At the moment, we start with an FA Cup replay against Liverpool. We struggled in the first game, but we're also very, very close to getting ourselves through at the first attempt. But unfortunately weren't quite able to see it over the line and ended up conceding late on, so Liverpool drew 2-2 and forced the replay. It's 3 straight draws for us now. 1-1 against Sheffield United, 2-2 against Liverpool and 2-2 against Forest. So I would like to win all 3 games today if possible. I certainly want to go through in the FA Cup. I certainly feel that we should beat Fulham, especially after the last time we played them. And Tottenham are a side that were flying at the top of the table. Not sure what their form looks like at the minute. They are still top and still doing well. They've only lost 2 games so far all year. We are 4 points off the top 4 of a Champions League spot, and as you can see from Liverpool as well, 4 points away from a Europa League spot as well, which is the expectation from the board this season. We've been conceding too many goals still, but we need to make sure that we score enough to get ourselves into those European spots by the end of the season. I'm not going to waste much time. I'm just going to dive straight in because we've got 3 games that we absolutely want to win today. Drop the video a like if you're enjoying this save continually, and make sure you leave your feedback in the comment section down below. If you think this 4-2-4 is working, then let me know. If you think I should perhaps try something else, then let me know. But without any further ado, let's head to Anfield and try and get ourselves through to the next round of the FA Cup. Liverpool's lineup for this game is actually stronger than it was for the first game. Alisson, Trent, Guijo, De Ligt, Zinchenko, Marino, Barrow, Neuhaus, Mane, En-Nesyri, Müller. That is probably the strongest side they could put out. So we're up against it here. I'm starting basically the same 11. I think the only change is that Ko Itakura comes in at centre-back for challenge for Lacroix. Other than that, we are as we were for the first game prior to this need for a replay. Good block by Bess. Oh, he's offside anyway, thankfully. So you'd expect a similar sort. You'd expect a similar sort of game with a similar sort of result. But if we can just find that edge, or find the ability to keep them out, then we can find ourselves through to the next round of the FA Cup. And it is a genuine opportunity for us to qualify for Europe, this competition, because obviously we don't know how well the league is going to go between now and the end of the year. We're close to the European spots, but whether that will last all season, I'm not sure. Ping it for Randy, and hopefully he can get there ahead of Neuhaus, which he can, and Tekker is on it. Oh, and it's a lovely turn. And it's a brilliant finish. Randy and Tekker stayed at your request, and he's making the most of it. We lead by a goal to nil at Anfield in front of the Kop. Here's Barrow out to Trent on the overlap. Trying to deal with that is going to be difficult today, but Kieran Tierney's been on the ball so far, and that is a gorgeous ball in behind. And Matthijs de Ligt is up against Randy and Tekker here, and could be in trouble. I mean, if that isn't denying a clear goal-scoring opportunity, I'm not sure what is. Last defender, last match. Wow. Wow. If he's going to give the foul, that has to be a straight red. Has to be a straight red. I am shocked that the referee hasn't sent Matthijs de Ligt off there. Really, really surprised. Oh, we're not going to score a second either. If we don't win this game, then I don't know what we've got to do. Fardiol forward, Gouiri round the corner to Lewis Ferguson. We're in behind again. Surely now, there's a second. Cutting Liverpool apart at will. They might have fielded a stronger side, but at the minute, that stronger side isn't able to deal with us. We should have made it 2-0, and they should be down to 10 men. We have now made it 2-0, even if they do still have 11 men on the field. Lovely assist by Gouiri around the corner, and it was a simple task for Lewis Ferguson on that occasion. Okay, this is going much better than I expected, but certainly we'll be very pleased with it. Trying to keep him quiet, trying to keep Mane quiet. Trying to keep En-Nesyri quiet. He scored against us in the league. Neuhaus is in behind him. It's an excellent block. Lewis Ferguson trying his hardest to keep hold of possession. Marino finds En-Nesyri again. The ball roller's done me. Out wide here to Zinchenko. Delivered in. Can we get to that with Kieran Tierney? We can't. Oh, can't believe nobody's been able to get to that ball. Florian Neuhaus pulls one back for Liverpool. The defender couldn't get there with the aerial ball. And then the second man, well, Jaden Boyle's just run past it. That's not good enough, to be completely honest. And Bess, nearly took his face off. Solid finish from Florian Neuhaus. Liverpool are back in it. It's 2-1. Neuhaus out wide to Sadio Mane. Liverpool have got Manchester United next. So it's big of them and brave of them to put a full-strength side out against me here, knowing that they've got a fixture of that magnitude coming soon in the league. Obviously, shows their intentions in this competition. Aguirre can find Rodrigo here, who's about to come off. He's onside. Rodrigo doesn't score many for me, but he's banged one away there. Perfect counter-attack. We'll go and celebrate with the travelling fans that should be in this corner, and indeed they are beckoning Rodrigo. Come and celebrate with us. Come and celebrate with us. That should be us through to the next round of the FA Cup. Rodrigo bags the third, and the 2-goal advantage is restored. En-Nesyri. Riley McGree is on now, and will get himself put about to try and stick his toe in where Liverpool players don't want it. Itakura will get to that nicely. Aguirre will look for Henry Cox. Can he get past Guijo? I mean, not even a booking. Not even a booking with the entire half to break into. This has just been a case of actually classic old FIFA, playing against a side that play a high press that then just have no defensive shape whatsoever. And it's been relatively comfortable offensively. It's not been comfortable defensively, I tell you that much. They have put me under a lot of pressure and certainly have worried me. But if it weren't for that tackle there from Guijo or Matthias de Ligt's last gasp challenge on Nteka in the first half, then we could have been 5-1 up here, really. A couple of cynical fouls making the difference, but it has been pretty straightforward for us to cut Liverpool apart here, which is different to the way that the first game went. So I was expecting, he's just offside. I was expecting a more difficult fixture here at Anfield, especially with a stronger side, but they just haven't put it up, Liverpool. Diatta on for Muller now, out wide, but there's enough time left for one maybe for Liverpool, but certainly not enough time left for two. There's the whistle. That's us through to the next round of the FA Cup. Could be really happy with the way that we played and the result that we got. And unfortunately for Jurgen Klopp, no FA Cup to add to the Liverpool trophy cabinet this season at least. We're very happy with that. Very happy indeed. Now, if we can take that sort of performance and form into Fulham and Tottenham, then it could be a fantastic episode for us. We'll wait and see when the next round of the FA Cup's drawn, actually. Because if it's this month, I may sim the Fulham game to play Tottenham in the next round of the FA Cup, depending on opponent as well, of course. Caden Clark, he's got a role in a lot of the forward areas, and provided he does the business, we don't really care. So, tournament prize money, so that says to me that the next round has been drawn. The question is, when is it drawn? Next month, by the looks of things. It's next month, and it's Barnsley at home, so we can sim that and then play the 3 league games. Perfection. Right, Fulham up next, then away from home. A trip to Craven Cottage, and a chance to get a little bit of redemption after the way that they bullshitted me earlier in the season. Fulham line up with Kelleher in goal. Kyle Duncan, Al-Amri, Opoku and Congolo at the back. Chalobah and Harrison Reed in the holding roles. Benrahu, Carvalho, Aliseda and Fedor Chalov up top. I'm not going to say anything about that starting 11 because, well, they beat us by 2-0 at home. So I'm just going to make sure I knuckle down, do my job, get the result, and then we'll be fine. Right? Good. Billy Gilmour starts, as does Ethan Laird at right back. Just those 2 changes to our regular starting favoured strongest 11. We'll see if we can actually do anything here against Fulham. Randy Nteka's doing well to hold up the ball here. Billy Gilmour's got a little bit of space if he can squeeze his shot up. Tried to arc him onto his right. Still tried to take it on his left. Not to worry. Ethan Laird has picked that back up. Kessie could play that through there, looking nicely for Billy Gilmour. And he could turn provider. But he hasn't done, because Guiri's missed. Inside there to Chalov. And back to Reed. To Chalov again. Good block by Lacroix. performances have been hit and miss, actually, to be fair. Lacroix. When he first came in, he seemed to be really solid. He made the occasional mistake, but it might be me. It might be me, not him. In fact, probably more than likely me, not him, but still. I tried to get that to Ethan Laird, and it went towards Rodrigo, who was marked, unfortunately. Lacroix drawn out of position to try and deal with this, but Fardioli's there, filling the space left by him. I mean, Guiri played in. Rodrigo's gone again. Oh, but I can't find the pass that I need. Campaign to remember so far for Amin Guiri, but hopefully we can make it a campaign to remember for the entire club. It could be the first time in our history, in our short history, but in our history, that we've qualified for European competition. Led and Teka. Guiri, will he get it on target this time? You're damn right he will. Top corner 2. Fulham 0. Chesnoid FC 1. Keep that going, please. Soon. I'll switch this, looking for Rodrigo, actually. He's got a bit of space up there on the right-hand side. Space is going to close, but get the right way to pass on that. Oh, and we could have been in for a second. Kelleher makes a top stop. Former Liverpool youngster. Doing his job so far quite well. Not really much he could do about Guiri's effort that gave us the lead. Find Lacroix here. Back looking for Kassoun. He's got options inside, which he'll need. Kessier. Guiri. Rodrigo. Dink it, looking for Nteka in the middle. It took a deflection. It won't find a Chesnoid FC man, but it will fall to a Chesnoid FC man here. And we could still... Oh, if that Nathaniel Chalobah wasn't there, we could have still added another goal. Get up, please, Randy. Do not be out hurt, please. Now is not the time to pick up a long-term injury. He's still on the floor. That little dot on the minimap isn't moving anymore. Still isn't moving. I'm worried here. I'm really worried. He's still not moving. Please be okay. 52nd minute. This would change our season drastically. Randy Nteka seems like he's in quite some discomfort there. And I am concerned. Henry Cox will come on. It would certainly garner a change of formation if we do lose Randy Nteka for any considerable period. But that... Oh, you see how his left foot got caught in the ground and his ankle twisted? That could very well be a long-term injury for Randy Nteka. He might miss the rest of the season with that. We'll find out after the game. We need to do him justice and try and get the victory. At least take something from this game, even if we do miss one of our biggest players this season. Oh, for the rest of the year, that would be huge. Especially after letting Lucero go out on loan. Oh, man. Please be okay, Randy. Gone from being... well, not necessarily anti-Randy Nteka, but certainly losing faith in Randy Nteka to now needing him to be in the starting 11 every week because he's been so influential in the latter stages of this season so far. He didn't start the season well, but he's really found his form. And now that form is going to be ruined. I hope it's just an injury that keeps him out for a couple of weeks, not 3 or 4 months. Well won by Kessier. Billy Gilmore's touch falls free. We get lucky with the way that that breaks. I'll try and play Guiri through that gap. He's found well. Cox is here. Henry Cox is going to have to step up if Randy Nteka is out for the rest of the season. Rodrigo perfectly weight that through there for Guiri. His touch takes him straight into a Poku. Josh Onuma off the bench for them. Driven out wide to Ben Rahu. We don't necessarily need to make any substitutions for sake of the next game because we've got a full week until the next fixture against Tottenham, but I might make a couple of changes just to get some fresh legs on the field to ensure we hold on to this. Look for Guiri here, and this should be 2. And is. He wasn't going to miss that, was he? That will be 2. That will be game. We'll get another set of 3 points, and we'll make some changes just to make sure that everybody's fresh for the next one. Everybody but Randy Nteka, probably, unfortunately. Nicely played ball into the middle. Asun Sao can't find the target with his free header, though, and you can quite clearly see how disappointed and frustrated he is at himself for doing so. That was really poor. Good opportunity to give us a nervy few final minutes here at home. But they won 2-0 at Craven Cottage. Sorry, they won 2-0 against us at our place. We're about to win 2-0 at Craven Cottage. That was nasty from Fedor Chalov, but it looks like the same animation that saw a yellow card for Randy and Tekka earlier, and indeed it is to be a yellow for Fedor Chalov there. It's not close enough to shoot. Vardiol finds Lacroix. Oh, looking for Guiri on a potential hat-trick, but can't get through to him. Fulham just haven't been anywhere near as good as they were in the last game in this one. Their passing's been really poor. Ethan Laird has been rock solid at right back as well, which bodes well for potential European football moving forward. If we know we can rely on him, even though he's not that highly rated, we know we can rely on him in fixtures against some lesser opportunity, lesser talented sides, then we'll be absolutely rock solid. That is a giant flag. Not a linesman's flag on this occasion. I couldn't quite see what badge it was on it. But Amin Guiri with a brace. Now we find out the news. Oh, Randy, please be okay. Mr. Nteka, we need you desperately for the rest of the season. It must be a blow. Nteka picked up a knock today. That means he could be out for the next 7 months. Randy Nteka out for the rest of the season. That is the biggest blow we could have faced. I will, for the time being, because we still did well in that fixture, stick with the 4-2-4. But Randy Nteka is out for 7 months with anterior cruciate ligament damage. Henry Cox is into the starting lineup, and now is his opportunity to make a name for himself in the world of professional football. He's 80 rated, so he should be decent. 2 points the gap to 4th. Tottenham next. Tottenham with Bernardoni in goal again, who performed very well against us last time. Munoz, Ake, Stupinian and Fofana. Dele Alli, Zaverschlager and other Fofana. Madueke, Harry Kane and Justin Kluivert on the left-hand side of their front three. Sessegnon, Brendan Aronson, our former Brendan Aronson on the bench. Then Troy Parrott back at the club permanently now with no further loan spells you'd imagine in his career. Right, Henry, it's hell of a test for your first start in place of the now long-term injured Randy Nteka, but do yourself proud, and hopefully you can do us proud too. Madueke, so tough to play against, Noni Madueke. Dele Alli, not got his new hair in the game yet, but Harry Kane still got his clinical finishing in the game. That was unbelievable from H. Hello, mate. Christ. I felt like he was in the office with me then for a moment. What a finish, by the way. Ran offside, gets himself back on. Whether the first touch that dinks it up is intentional or not, it's unbelievable. Then he's chested it down to keep it low and then volleys it like that. Yeah, that's it's pretty good, really, isn't it, from Harry Kane there. We trail by a 1-0 after 6 minutes, and with his 16th goal in 26 games, you can kind of see why Tottenham are top of the league with that. Madueke again. Munoz, Harry Kane, Dele Alli, Kluivert. No! I had no control about where that ball went when he took his first touch there, the defender either. If he was angled on goal, that would have been 2-0 and an own goal in quite embarrassing circumstances. Zaverschlager knocks it back there to one of the Fofanas into the other Fofana. Tackled well by Kessié. He's just not got that pace to get away, but that will find Amin Guiri. And he does have the pace to get away. And men at the back post to aim for. Slightly fortunate, Kassoun. The header, I don't think, was actually on target. I thought he was going to volley it. He's gone with his head. And I think that was actually headed wide. I don't know as we'll get a replay angle that properly shows it. But I think that header was going wide. It's hit the goalkeeper and gone in, but I think it's gone down as Kassoun's goal. Is this angle going to show us? Or maybe perhaps was going in anyway. We'll find out, actually, because if it was off target, then it would have given it as an own goal. And it has given it as a Kassoun goal. There you go. 1-1. Not bad from Delhi, but not the best. Lovely take and turn from Kassoun. He's just blossomed as a player, hasn't he? Really didn't like him when he first arrived and was contemplating either moving him on or just dropping him for the side at the very least. Strong challenge from Fofana. Rodrigo's just about to play that pass back to Kessié. We've got it back to our central midfield anyway. That's swept up wide to Kassoun. Many options, one of which is in there to Cox. Through to Amin Gouiri. And we lead. A quick fire double. Gouiri on the score sheet again. He and Harry Kane battling it out for the Golden Boot this year in the Premier League. And I think that's Amin Gouiri clear of Harry Kane again. Well, now it's 2-1 to us. Schlager across to Munoz. Tottenham under pressure now. They've only lost 2 games so far this season, and now they find themselves trailing here at home against the side that, as far as I can recall, they comfortably beat last time they played. Dele Alli picks up the loose ball there. They've had a lot of possession, Tottenham, as you can see top left, 62% of it. But currently they trail. But will that be for long? Munoz trying to work some space here. He's not got much in the way of support, so we should be able to deal with this. Good challenge by Fardiol. That will be a corner for Spuds. Kluivert will deliver it. And this could be dangerous. Oh, it's an unusual one. Dele Alli with the header. Best with the save. Can't gather it in, but we will clear it away. And Rodrigo does well to hold on to possession there too. Tottenham are going to be dangerous for the entirety of the rest of this fixture. I think we know that. I think you know that. And we're not really expecting anything different. But if I could find Kassoun with another ball across the box. We're getting so very lucky. That was another shot from Kassoun there. And that header was just as bad as his first one, to be completely honest. The first one just so happened to be on target. But that one was, well, actually, a pinpoint perfect cross for Henry Cox at the back post. But I think that hit the keeper, hit the post. Oh no, it just hit the post and then the keeper. I thought it went keeper, post, keeper. It didn't. It was just the woodwork, then Bernardoni's arm as he was trying to make the save. We have ourselves a 3-1 lead at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and we certainly weren't expecting that when we initially lined up, let alone when we went 1-0 down after 6 minutes. But we're 2 goals to the good here as we approach half-time. This 4-2-4 has just completely changed the way that this side plays. But we do still have to be wary defensively for the rest of the 45. As we always say, just because we're 3-1 up at half-time doesn't mean they can't go and score 3 goals in the second half, especially with the calibre of player they have up top. But they might need to score 4. But they won't. Bernardoni with a good save. Can we get something from the corner to take in at half-time with a 3-goal lead? Keeper's going to come and get that too. He's only punched it, though. I'll try and knock this back if I can. That was terrible. Never mind. 3-1 up at the break still. Nice ball by Kane forward for Justin Kluivert. He's got the pace to cause us problems. And he is doing exactly that. Got the dribbling to cause us problems too. Dele Alli. It's a great goal for Tottenham on the counter-attack. They've pulled it back to just 1 goal difference. It's 3-2 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. We still have our advantage, but I will make a change and actually change formation as well, just to try and hold on to what we've got. I could go safe and just piss about with the ball for the next 10 in-game minutes. Where's the fun in that? Why not try and get yourself another? Oh, very nearly actually did there. Tierney with a strong header, but not where I wanted to aim it. I checked my controller settings as well. I'm not sure why I have such trouble with my heading accuracy, because there is no real heading accuracy like multiplier or changer. Boah! Who cares about where the headers go when Rodrigo can finish like that and we can win a game by 4-2? What a finish from the young Brazilian, our highest rated player by a margin as well. Although, to be fair, Gouiri's 87 rated now. The fans are loving that. Absolutely thrilled with it. I mean, rightly so, but banging finish from Rodrigo. Nothing Bernardoni can do about that. We will win by a 2-goal advantage. We've scored 4 against Tottenham. This 4-2-4 just works offensively, doesn't it? When you're on your game, it works. We fluffed it against Everton recently and got absolutely hammered at Goodison Park. But when you get it right, it's practically unplayable at times because everybody is exactly where they need to be to have a massive impact on the game. I say that. We are actually playing the narrow 4-2-3-1 at the moment, aren't we? Because we changed it. with the substitutions. Caden Clark going for a worldie to maybe add even more to it, but that would be game. That's a solid result. That's a very, very good set of 3 points for us away from home. Despite the rather obvious massive setback of losing Randy and Tekka for the rest of the season, he'll be out till... Well, he'll probably be fit for the beginning of the next season in August, because that's 6 months away. So he should be back for next season. He won't miss any of Season 6, but he'll certainly be out for the remainder of this year. Right, we've got Barnsley in the Cup coming up next as well, so that should be a pretty straightforward result for us. And we are up to 4th. Bear in mind, Liverpool have a game in hand below us there, as you can see, and their goal difference is better. So all they need to do is draw said game in hand, and they will go above us. Could be against any number of sides, but the majority of them are the bottom half. So you'd expect Liverpool to win that and go up to 48. But nonetheless, we'll still be in a Europa League playing spot, which is what the board want from us this season. 12 games to go in the Premier League, the chance of potentially winning the FA Cup, and certainly the opportunity to finish in a very, very good, if not the best, European Cup competition available to us for next year. The loss of Randy will probably impact us long term, but right now, we haven't missed him yet. Albeit, we do still miss the man. Could be a very exciting end of season, this. I'll see you next time.